Hi, Amazon. This is D's Aquariums here. Just want to talk about some aquarium stuff today. Um, Let me know how many. If you're watching this chat, put a one in the chat if you got fish tanks. I love fish tanks a lot, and it's a hobby I do on the side. I have 5 fish tanks at the moment, and I'm still learning a lot of things. But as my journey since 2015, I started in 2015 keeping fish. I've learned a lot, made some mistakes, and then learned from them and learned a lot. So I want to just share some products with you today. So if you're keeping fish or aquatic pets for the matter, the first thing you need is a thermometer in your aquarium. I use this magnetic thermometer to be able to tell the temperature in my aquariums. Knowing exactly how hot or cold your aquarium is essential for your aquatic pet's health. And I love JW Pet Company because this magnetic clip is so easy to clip on and use. And I don't like the little suction cup ones because they always falling off during a maintenance, like when I get the algae off the glass. This, I simply just move that little JW and I can pick up the thermometer and clean easy. I love these and they are great. Thank you, Antoine, in the chat. I see you. The next product I want to talk about is a great product, the Quiet Flow 10. It's a great filter, and let me show you. I have this on my 10-gallon aquarium, one of my 10-gallon aquariums. Let me go and show you this. So I'll play this clip for you, and you'll be able to see it. I have another product, that little black thing right there in the back. And now you see the filter. Great filter. I got it on a little low flow, but it cleans the water. Water's crystal clear. I love this thing so much. Has a three-stage filter process. Let me see. They only got one picture. Okay. And with this LED, it has a LED light on it, which it tells you when it beeps red or goes red. It means that you need to change your filter cartridge, which is great because a lot of people have busy lives. As you see the little red on the right there, the little red dot on the back. People have busy lives, so something that helps you and lets you know, hey, you need to change this filter cartridge. I'm a little too dirty. Is a great product, and it is great. I would really recommend you get this. Another product I want to talk about today is the Aquarium clip-on LED light. This light right here, and it's the planted aquarium to be specific. This light is great. Oh, I'm sorry. This light is great. It grows so many plants, and I'm going to show you some videos here of one. One of my favorite plants is a red root floater. As you see, it can go from green to a dark purplish hue depending on the light, and it's a super easy plant. Only thing you do is lay it on top of the water and it grows. It is a very great product. I recommend it. It's not too expensive, and if you want great plants to grow, this is a great beginner light for you. Is it loud? No, that filter is very quiet. Quiet flow. I don't ever hear it. It is very good. Even on the highest setting you have it on, you don't hear it, which is a great bonus because I have my fish tanks in my room. I know I'm a little weird. I have 5 fish tanks in there, but I don't hear my filter from this. I love this filter. It is nice, and it just makes the water crystal clean. All right, back to the light. Like I said, this light is very great. Grow low to medium light plants. Anything from like Java Fern to Anubias to S. repens. Those red root floaters like I showed you. These red root floaters, I love it. When you look down from the top, nice purplish hue. I love that plant. So I'm going to go to another product here. This beta food, Zoo Med. Now, I have this right here. Let me see. I have this. The beta food, right? You get these little pellets. I'm going to pour some out for you. Let me see if you can see them. These nice little pellets. I love these pellets. I've been using them for years. If you have betas, I suggest that you pick up some of this. I only use a couple of, maybe 3 pellets at the most, and drop them in the water. They float at the top so it don't sink and your beta can see it, and it keeps your water very clean, so there's no excess waste from any food like fish flakes for a beta. The next food I like to do, I have this as well, is the Tetra Color Flakes. Now, I've been using this Tetra Color Flakes for a year now, and it helps enhance the color of my fish. It gives it that nice little extra pop, I've noticed. I suggest you give it a try. I like to crunch it up the flakes to a nice little fine powder almost and feed my fish. Is there a contest? Oh, yes. I'm sorry. If you're here, please follow us on Amazon Live and send a screenshot to live@computerpal.live for your chance to enter a free $5 Amazon gift card. Somebody wins every night we stream. I suggest that you just follow us. Send us a screenshot again at live@computerpal.live for your chance to enter for the $5 Amazon gift card. Antoine, could you put that in the chat for us just in case people can see? Another product that I like for these aquariums is I like to use this product, Flourish, Sea Chem Flourish, which I also have here. I have the smaller bottle. Let me show you here. This small bottle right here, Sea Chem Flourish, if you can see it. I use that to dose for some of my aquariums. I'll show you another one, like my 10-gallon right here. I use that to dose and help keep my plants nice, healthy, and green. I only get like a little cap full of this and dump it in there, and it comes like kind of brownish. As you can see, it turned my cap brown, and it's kind of brownish. Really does a good job to fertilize my plants. Not too much extra nutrients in the water, and I can pretty much keep my aquarium pretty much algae free for the most part. I love Sea Chem Flourish. It can grow your plants like crazy. Another tank I used it on is actually my Blackwater beta tank. Now, this water is brown because of the tannins from the leaves and the tree roots. I did it on purpose because betas come from nice tea-stained water, and it's very nice. It lowers the pH just a little bit, and I have really low-light plants like Java fern, Java moss, and that green plant at the top, I'll show you, the floating plant that's helping block out some of the light, is actually this plant called Salvinia minimum. Oh, wait, D. Do you have me wanting a big bowl of cereal? LOL, I'm loving that. Okay, I see you, LM. Thank you. This plant right here, Salvinia minimum, is a great plant if you want a nice flowering effect at the top of your aquarium. It's super easy. Basically, if you have a pretty decent light that I have, I'll show you some lights in my carousel. Have a pretty decent light, it'll grow. Here's a video of the Blackwater aquarium at the top. Just pretty much flowers the top of the aquarium. Very neat to look at the top, and I'm trying to get a nice little picture of my beta fish in there. He's a platinum dragon scale beta fish, and it's nice. He's been living in there for about a year, and he loves it. It's nice and plenteous. And that's the Blackwater tank. Like I said before, the Flourish also helps keep like some of the Java fern, Java moss alive in there. Very great. Whew. Sorry, let me get some water real quick. Also, I love planted fish tanks, as you see. This product I also have here, Sea Chem Flourish tabs. I'm sorry for the rip thing. I only have about 3 left in here. It comes in a 10-pack. I use these for fertilizing some of the plants down low. Let me show you. Like in this aquarium here, well, that's the wrong one, sorry. Like in this aquarium, I have those S wrappings right there that's in the front of the aquarium. I put some of these flourish tabs down there to give the roots some great nutrients also, which keeps them and gives them a nice strong root base. I love it. It comes in this little hard tablet, which I'll show you here. Let me see if you can see it. Nice little blackish hard, and you can break it apart. I usually cut it in half with like a pocket knife just to spread it across everywhere. I use about 3 for a 10-gallon tank, and it does the job really well if you want a great cost-effective way to help grow plants in your aquarium. As you can see, they got some nice photos here. It can grow in a good substrate also. It'll help grow. I love these Seachem Floors tabs. They're not super expensive. You just plop it into like sand or gravel, any substrate you have, and it'll your plants will thank you. Your plants will thank you. All right. And as we're talking about aquariums, the biggest thing in my opinion, for keeping fish is your water changes. And this is something that I suggest that even if you keep a small tank like a 5-gallon aquarium, I would suggest picking up a API master test kit. I have one of these, and you can test all of your you can test your nitrate, your ammonia, nitrites, your pHs. All that stuff is very important for keeping the health of your fish. And I actually keep a log next to my fish tank on a little piece of notebook paper and a pen, and I test it about every week. And you can test more, but I like to test at least once a week and jot down, what's going on. And you can get 800 tests in this thing. It'll last you for a long time, and especially if you got multiple tanks like I do, or you might have bigger tanks or more. It's very good to go a long way and test the health of your aquarium. So let's say if your pH is a little lower or higher for your fish that you're keeping, you can go in here and test it. You can go in here and test if your ammonia is high, which is very poisonous to fish. You can test that and say, hey, I got too much high ammonia. Let me do a water change. Always, I suggest you get this. Keeping the health of your fish is great. Can I put 2 or 3 bait? No. Can I put 2 or 3 betas in a 20-gallon tank? No, please. No, don't do that. I've seen people do beta sororities. I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest just keeping a beta by itself. To be honest, it's just too much risk, and some of them are very aggressive. Some people do it. I suggest that you don't. That's my personal thing. Just keep a beta by itself. You might be able to use some snails, like in this Blackwater aquarium I actually have 2 Amano shrimp in there, and they do just fine. And it really works there. But any other fish, I wouldn't really put that with a beta. Please don't. And also, while you're changing your water, the API water conditioner, I use the Super Strength like you see here. Really good. Just 10 milliliters will keep up a 20-gallon tank. And I love it. I use this stuff for a couple years now. I'm still on the same bottle. I'm just now running out, and it's been close to 2 years now. And I have 5 fish tanks. I suggest you get this bottle, and it will stretch you a long way, a really long way. I want to show y'all this aquarium. I set up this 6-gallon cube here. Very easy plants. I have some red root floaters at the top. I have some Java fern, which is that green tall plant in the back, and some Anubias, which is all pretty much low light aquarium plants. Easy plants that you can use. It's a really nice product, and I painted the back of the aquarium black just to make the colors pop a little more. And the red root floaters, like I showed you, under some good light, they will turn purplish hue, pink purplish hue. And this is in my 6-gallon tank. I just set it up, and it already has some white flowers in it, and it will turn a little darker purple, which I really like. And you can see some of the little long roots there, my little beta fish. That's a female beta, by the way. I kind of like female betas a little more because they are a little smaller than the males. And I just like the cooler look. I know the males look cool. I have some males too, like I had in the Blackwater aquarium. But I really like the females. Tap water conditioner, you need it. If you're changing water, you need it. I suggest that you get it. And this filter, this Magon filter 60, I use this on my Blackwater aquarium and the Cube aquarium like I showed you here. I used it there and here. Very good, inexpensive filter, really. It's a sponge, 2-sponge filter. You have a white sponge that gets most of the big kind of particles in your water, and then the black filter takes the smaller particles that get out and helps keep your water crystal clear. And I keep it on about half flow. There's a little turn nozzle up there that you can control the flow of the water, because I keep it with betas, and betas do not like high flow. Do your fish have names? No, I didn't give my fish names this time around. I usually do, but I keep a lot of fish, so it's really hard to name all of them. I even have a breeding tank of white cloud minnows, and I have like so many babies and fry in there. It's hard to name all of them. I should though. Drop a name for my red female beta. I might name them something that you pick. So yeah, drop a name. I might name them that. Like I said, this filter is great. I would use it, inexpensive, and you can put it up to, I would suggest up to around a 6 or below. And they have other sizes down there. I would suggest that you get this filter for a nice little nano tank. Fluvostratum. Love this product. They have different sizes. I usually buy just the 8-pound bag. It can get me away with a 10-gallon tank. One bag suit me for a 10-gallon tank. Like in here, this is my 10-gallon tank. I keep it wild looking because that's what I'm going for. And I'm about to go get some Ember Tetras, a nice little orange fish, nano fish from Brazil. Fluvostratum is under there with some sand that I have in my carousel. This is very great for your plant health. Get great roots, and it will help you grow. I only suggest that when you put this in your aquarium, that before you get any fish, you might have to change the water every day about 25 to 50% for about a week. Just that way you don't get like an algae bloom or anything like that. But it's really great for your plant health. You get some fluvostratum and one of these lights I suggest, and you'll have a nice luscious planted tank if you change the water enough. And like I said, the sand that I have in that 10-gallon aquarium right there, that I have in that 10-gallon aquarium, I have the fluvostratum on the bottom, and this sand is, I use sand in my aquarium as a decorative purpose, and I just put it over the top to cover it, and it looks really natural to me, and I just like the natural look of it. It's really not that expensive, and you can get all these different packs depending on how big your aquarium is. Blaze, that is a good name because my beta fish is red, so I'm gonna call her Blaze. So Blaze will be my new beta fish's name, Blaze. I like that a lot. Now let's talk about lighting. Lighting is very important for aquariums if you're talking about planted aquariums. Now you can use fake decor like fake plants and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that, and your aquarium should just be for you. You know, you make your aquarium to look good for you, but you also want to make sure that it's good and healthy for your fish too. So as long as it looks nice and healthy for your fish, that's what I would suggest you do. I like natural because it gives natural plants because it gives a good benefits for your not only it helps clean your water, but also good for your fish. And it's easy. It can be scary at first, but if you find the right stuff, it can be really easy. This Night Crew light, I use this one actually on this cube with Blaze now. That's what LM named her, Blaze. It's not a really high powered light. It can grow like low to medium like plants, Java Ferna nubius, red root floaters and things like that, Java moss. It's a really good light. Not that bright. on this 6-gallon tank, and which is good. That way you don't get a lot of algae, which I like. I love the Night Crew Skyler. I've been using it for about 2 years. I had it on another aquarium and then switched it to the 6-gallon cube. Really great. Can grow a lot of variety of plants, and you have some options. You can change the colors. The little W is for the white lights, and then you can dim them, and you have blue lights, and you have different sizes. I have the 18-24 and a 12 through 18 inch over there because my tanks aren't that long, so you can get them depending on how long your aquarium. But I suggest it. Very entry level light. I would suggest you get it. Is playing music good for fish? No clue. I've heard studies about it. I've never played. I don't think they can really pick a genre of music, but I don't know, maybe classical music. I heard that's good for plants though. I really did hear that was good for plants. Another light that I like to use is the Night Crew Classic LED Planted Plus light. Now, I love this light because it has some other spectrums like the green color and different wavelengths, which is also good for your aquarium. I actually have this on my Blackwater aquarium, which is this light is more brighter than the Skylid light, and it's from the same company, and it grows plants like crazy, but I chose to put it up there on the Blackwater. As you see, this plant, it grew this Salvinia minimum, very thick. You pull it apart, and it's so many plants under there. I have to scoop out this stuff every week, and it comes back. That's how good this light is. Very great light, as you can see some of the green hues and red. Very great light, not that expensive. Like I said again, depending on your size of your aquarium, you can get either or one of these options on how long it goes. It can cover a wide base of lengths, like 75 gallon down. It's a really good light. I suggest that you get it. And another light that I like, I click this. This is a top. Now I have a couple open top aquariums and close the top aquariums. I like open top and close. It really depends on what you want. I have some plants growing immersed, which is above the water, which gives it a nice cool effect. But if you want to kind of keep the humidity down and don't let your aquarium evaporate water too much, I suggest you put a lid on it. And especially if you have jumping fish, sometimes beta jump, which is why I have a cover over there and floating plants to keep them from jumping out. Really good. You can come here. H2 Pro has many different sizes. I actually have a 20 long aquarium that I have for a competition coming up for aquascaping competition, so I can't really show you that tank until later down the line. But I use this, and it's very great, very cheap and inexpensive, and it has the clear in the middle. That way the light can penetrate through the middle if you got plants. A light that I really absolutely love. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. Here it is. This light I absolutely love. The Asta 20 Lumini full spectrum light. I have 3 of these lights on my aquarium. As you saw earlier, I have this on my 10-gallon aquarium. I'll fast forward this video a little bit. As you see, there's the light right there. I have 3 of these. I have 2 of these on my 20 long and 1 on this 10-gallon aquarium. This light grows plants like crazy, and it gives you a great disco ball effect. As you say, I click, and as you can see the water, it gives you a nice little ripple effect in the aquarium, which also adds like a nice little bit of beauty, in my opinion. And I love the dome shape of it, and I like the way it clips on the back of the aquarium. That way, if you're doing water changes and your hands inside the tank, it's very easy to see what you're doing. That's the only thing I really do not like about the Night Crew lights. As I show you back here, they kind of just go on the sides of the aquarium, on the brackets, kind of hang on the side. As with the Asta 20s, it actually clips on the back. So when you're doing water changes, you can see what you're doing, which is a very great plus. And you can change out the lenses. They have like different lenses. Let me see if it shows you here. As you can see, like you have different lenses, and it just gives you like the angle of the beam of light. I keep the standard 120 little lens under there that gives you a wide view of light through there, and you can turn it down to a 60 lens, which gives you a more concentrated power of light. I like the wide outlook. Looks more a little natural in my opinion. My kit has this one in the different colored one from earlier. It's a good light, LM. That's a good night crew light. But if, like I said, I use those lights. But if you want to maintenance, I like the clip-on lights a little better, just because of that fact. When you're changing water, you can see what's inside the tank. Like I already covered the sand. And the last thing I have in my carousel, this little nice inexpensive aquascaping kit. I use these for various reasons. Now they have two color options. You can get your chrome, or you can get your black chrome. I like the silverish. Makes me feel like a doctor for a minute. I got my little scissors and all that, things like that. So that's why I got the stainless steel. It comes with a sand flattener. I use that for, you know, setting up an aquarium. If sand comes too far ahead, I use that to kind of push it back and help scape my tank. And it comes with two different types of tweezers or pincettes. I like to use these curved angle ones because it's easier to get a plant by the base and plant it in the substrate from an angle for me and make it sit up straight than the straight ones. Now my friend actually likes the straight version of this because he said it's easier. I like the curved one better. And the scissors, you know, I need to do some trimming in this aquarium right here. I need to do some trimming and trim some of the plants back. I'll probably do that this week. I got maintenance coming up. And the scissors, they do not rust. It's a very good, inexpensive thing if you have live plants. I would suggest that you get this. And it comes with a good carrying bag. So if you're traveling, or you can store it in this bag, it's very great. I suggest that you guys get some of that stuff. Well, that's all I had to talk about today. If there's any more questions, let me know in the chat. I'll wait here for a minute if there's any more questions. But like I said before, just getting into the fish keeping hobby is very simple, easy. It's not that expensive. You can pick some nice cheap substrate that can give your plants life, and a nice cheap light and a good little filter, and you'll be on your way. Just water changes. How often do you change your water? I change my water depending, like if I just set up my aquarium, I don't get no fish when I set up the aquarium at first, because I got to let the tank cycle and all that, and I get into that at another live stream. I usually, once you get everything set up though and everything's running by itself, once a week, 25 to 50% depending on what type of fish and how dirty your aquarium is. Once a week, you can set a day aside for that, change it, boom. Doesn't take that long. I do 5 of them, and it can be stressful at times if you have a whole lot, but if you have like 1, 2, it's really easy. Once a week, change your water. Any more questions? Don't forget about our contest that we're doing. Send a screenshot of yourself following us on Amazon Live at computerpal.live, and to enter your chance for a $5 Amazon gift card. Can I add more water to my tank that is half full? You can top off your aquarium. That's why I said, like, I suggest you get this like a top for your aquarium if you don't want to keep topping over the, especially if you keep your house at a certain temperature. Your water may evaporate a little faster than others. That's why I kind of use a couple. I only have about three or four open top aquariums. Closed top aquarium, excuse me, and to keep the water from evaporating quickly. But I suggest that if you don't try to top it too much, because the waters have a lot of ions in it, so I would just do like a 10% water change and then fill it up slowly, about 30 to 40% back up, and then do another change in another week. What beginner fish do you recommend? I have a couple beginner fish that I would recommend for you. One is the beta. It's very hardy fish. About 5 to 10 gallons to start out for one fish. Very great. I would use that. Another fish that's very popular is the Endler guppy. Not the standard guppy, but its smaller cousin, the Endler guppies. Really small, colorful fish. They're very hardy. I love those fish as well. Another fish that I would recommend for a beginner is a white cloud mountain minnows. I have, like I said, I have a 10 gallon. I have to show you next stream. And I'm moving them over to a 20 long. I have a breeding project going on over there. I have a lot of fry. Very easy, nice little silverish, reddish fish, nano fish, about 1.5 inches. And they dart all the way around the tank. It gives you nice life, nice cheap. And the plus, you don't need a heater with white cloud minnows. They are cold water fish and they do great. I better get that. My fish jumped out twice. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, get you a cover for your aquarium to keep your fish from jumping. Or if you don't like tops on your tank, you can try, like I have. I'll show you over here. Like I have over here the Salvinia minimum and the red root floaters, which I'll show you down here. It will kind of break it up and make them feel like that is actually can act as a top on your aquarium. But that's I would still put a top up there just to be safe. Just to be safe, to keep them from going out. Do you heat up water? Yes. I have, let me see. I have three aquariums now, 2 betas and one that's going to be a Ember Tetra, which is a nice little nano orange fish. Those have heaters that stay around 74 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the day. It just depends on what type of fish you really want. Some are cold water fish and do better at more like room temperature water. And if depending on what area you live at, like if you live somewhere like in the tropics or somewhere that's very hot and humid, you most likely wouldn't need a aquarium heater. You could keep it at room temperature because it's already going to be like 73, 74 degrees automatically. So if there's no more questions, I thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, give us a follow. Send a screenshot of you following at live@computerpal.live to enter your chance for a $5 gift card from Amazon. And remember, keep those tanks clean. Thank you.